Oh no, the stock market is going down like it's the end of the blinking, stinking world. What on earth should I do? Now, most folks will just say, oh, just ride it out, order a good drink, go to lunch, have a nice day. We disagree. Better thing to do is, gee willikers, how did I get these particular positions in investments? Did I plan ahead? Did I correlate? Let's kind of make a story out of this to see how people actually, on a regular basis, pick stock or pick positions of investments traded on various exchanges or what have you, or housed in a mutual fund company, or life insurance company, or annuity company, or wherever it is. My name is John Checki, and you don't really care about that, but let me tell you my story when it comes to investing. Way back when, 1964, when I was 16 years of age, I'd saved up some money. I was working at ShopRite Supermarket in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, right there on Route 17. Go down Williams Avenue, which is a really steep hill. Turn right on Route 17. Walk through a big old parking lot. Wham! There, at that time, it was ShopRite Supermarket. I was 16 years of age, got a job. At first, collecting baskets, bagging groceries. Earning about $1.25 an hour, literally. Lucky for me, I didn't have any expenses at the time. I lived at home with my parents. So I saved my first 5 paychecks without cashing one of them. I still ate regularly, still took breaks, still had some money left over from when I was a paper boy. I learned to be frugal thanks to my parents, who were very good at spending less money than they made, and they saved on a regular basis. However, they never did teach me that Jesus saves and the rest of us have to learn to invest. I firmly believe that. But today, how on earth did I pick my investments? Well, I'm a stockbroker for a nice man who was nicknamed the Coupon Man because he kept coming in and out of ShopRite Supermarket with coupons. And at the time, you can only cash in $1 worth of coupons. And as fate would have it, he kept coming back on the same day. I asked him what the heck he did, and he said, I am a stockbroker. I thought, okay. And we went into what that was, and I had already started reading Fortune magazine, the New York Daily News, and the Bergen Evening Record, occasionally Wall Street Journal, occasionally the New York Times. You can walk down to the library and read all those for free. My father commonly read a couple different newspapers, and he was kind enough to let me read them after he had finished reading them. So I was very interested in the stock market. Why is that? Because even as a little kid who read various books and magazines and newspapers on a regular basis at 16, and being surrounded by people of various economic backgrounds, working class people in our part of the woods, and right across when you went under the overpass, which is Route 46, and then further up the boulevard, there's some apartments on the right. So what did we learn from all that? So Mom was kind enough to sign up for a uniform gift to Minors Act since I was under 21. That's how old you had to be to start investing in stock. So what did I do? I asked him for his recommendation. Oh, you know what? I wanted to buy Xerox. Yeah, I wanted to buy a share of Xerox. I'm not sure what Xerox was or what their earnings per share was at the time. It seemed like Xerox had a real future. Stockbroker said, all they make is copy machines. How many copy machines could you possibly sell? So he said, instead, you should buy Bethlehem Steel. To the best of my knowledge, Bethlehem Steel has long since gone out of business. Bethlehem Steel did not do very well, sold that. looked into buying some over-the-counter stocks. And back in the olden days, it wasn't like today that you had computers and telephones where you could look up stock prices. No, you had to call somebody who had access to ticker tapes and the like. When it came to over-the-counter stocks, where they got those names, they're also called pink sheets, is literally the stock prices were kept behind a counter, and you had to ask somebody to go behind the counter, pick up the stock over the counter, and read you the quotes in terms of the bid. Notice how much people were asking or willing to pay for it, and they ask how much people wanted to get for it, and then find out from the market makers what their spread was, the difference between what they bought it at and what you were going to buy it at. That's how they made their living. So what did I learn from that first experience with a stockbroker? Sadly, most stockbrokers, particularly stockbrokers, and God love stockbrokers, who buy groceries with lots of coupons, don't really know much about what the heck they're doing. So doing your own research is a great idea. First question you might ask anybody that's recommending anything to you is, oh, by the way, how's your portfolio doing? You might also ask a financial advisor or an advisor, whatever that is in terms of finances, are you an accredited investor? What the heck is that? An accredited investor is someone who has at least $1 million of investable assets or has made a certain amount of money over a period of time. My favorite, though, is the investable asset part. And then, how did your accounts do? And in my case, yes, I can tell you I'm an accredited investor and have been for years. Not only give advice, but I've taken advice. Heck, just the other day, I went to an all-day seminar, actually a retreat, that had about 9 or 10, if not 12, different sponsors who all got a chance to tell us what they did, how they did it, what their criterion was for making investments, and what the advantages are for their portfolios. So what's the point of all that, and why in the world am I telling you that story? If you do your research and enjoy doing the research, congratulations. You too can ride out various storms and even look forward to storms because you have some money aside to go ahead and buy those things that were too expensive when you didn't want to pay that much for them. Or you can be glad that you're having a low cost basis because you already bought that stuff for this much and it went up to this much, and now it's kind of done to this much, which means you've still made more than enough money to be happy with what you did. So in closing, do your research or hire somebody to do research. Know where you are, where you want to go, and what you want to be when you grow up. And then next to lastly, I represent Checki Financial. We've been in business, God bless America, CPA since 1976. And as a financial advisor since 1988. I'm a CFP, Certified Financial Planner, since 1994. My son JJ, who is also a Certified Financial Planner, works with me. And we'll be back sooner and later to talk more about how to have fun and still have money. This is John Checki wishing you a happy, healthy, and gorgeous day.